Welcome to the notes on segments and their measures. You can see up here I have a number line, and then one of the first things that we're going to have to learn how to do is measure the length of a segment. It's really a simple process, so let's take a look at it. So let's put 2 points up here. Let's put 1 point here at A, and let's put a point over here at B at 3. All right? So if I want to find the measure of this segment, the length of AB, to do that, all I'm going to have to do is I'm just going to take the difference of their coordinates. Different means subtraction, and it's the absolute value of that difference. So absolute value, why? Because this is a distance. Distance is always positive. Absolute value is always positive. So I'm going to have the absolute value signs, and I'm going to take the value of B, which is 3, and I'm going to minus, it's always a subtraction sign, whatever the value of A is. Well, A is -5, so it's minus a -5. Whenever we see that minus a minus, that becomes plus. You guys remember that from algebra. So this right here really becomes addition. So it's 3 plus 5. So the absolute value equals the absolute value of 8, which again is just a distance of 8 units. So this would have a distance or measure of 8 units. That's how you do those problems. Now, if we find that 2 units have the same length, a very important term that we're going to learn in this section, it's called congruent. All right, so I want to write that down right here, congruent. Then I'll write the symbol below it. You'll see that quite a bit. The congruent is an equal sign with a little squiggly on top. That's the symbol for congruent. What does that mean? It means equal. If 2 objects have the equal length or measure, in our case, it'll be length, all right? Or again, means exact same size. If 2 objects are the exact same. So one way that they'll represent congruent is with tick marks. Here's an example. I've got a rectangle drawn here, and I said a tick mark, simple slash. So that is what a tick mark looks like. And if you see that if 2 segments have the same tick mark, that means they are equal. So if I was going to label this A, B, C, C, and D, all right, I could then say that segment AB is congruent to segment CD because of those tick marks. And again, the number of tick marks match up. So these 2 sides right here would be congruent because they have the same tick marks. And again, if they have the same tick marks, they're congruent, means they're the same measure. So if I call this side 5, I know that this side must also be 5 because they have the same tick marks. Let's take a look at one more example involving segment addition, and we'll get you guys onto the homework. So there you see, it says if MP equals 47 units, and find MN and MP. So here's my segment. All right. Put some arrows on that. All right, we learned yesterday that if MP is 47, so we're going to call this point right here, we're going to call this point right here M, N is right here, and P is right here. Well, we know that from yesterday that with construction that we know that MP equals MN plus NP. I could construct those to make that true. Now they tell us that MN is the expression 5x plus 1, and NP is 11x minus 2. Well, I know that those 2 have to add up to a total of 47. So to solve this problem, I'm just going to plug in my values. I know that NP is 47. That's going to equal MN, which we said is 5x plus 1, plus our NP, which is our 11x minus 2. Now this becomes an algebra problem. We solve using our algebra skills. Combine like terms. So 47 equals, I can combine these. So that's 16x. I can combine the 1 and the minus 2, so that's minus 1. Solve. get x by itself, add 1 to each side. So 48 equals 16x. Divide each side by 16. So when I do that, x equals 3. But I have to find mn and np. So then I have to plug that back in wherever I see an x. So mn equals 5x, 5 times x, which we know x now is 3, plus 1, and np equals 11 times 3 minus 2. When you solve it, 5 times 3 plus 1 is this equals 16. And this one right here, 11 times 3 is 33 minus 2, which is 31. And when you add 31 and 16, you know that equals 47.